Hello, my wonderful people, the viewers and subscribers all over the world. How wanna do? When I don't hear about Bulabo. I beg you, make I don't kill me. I just want to start this podcast with a kind of just to put smile on your face. You get it? Because if you don't want to smile, what are you going to eat? How you will eat agbado, corn, maize, and cassava, and the rest of them. So I still remain your one and only Okwute Daily Talk, bringing to all these very broadcasts of this day. In case you are not subscribed to this channel, endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so you'll be notified each time I go live or post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okwute Daily Talk. I still never change you. In case you're wondering who, let me repeat myself. Okwute Daily Talk, bringing to us this Biafran news of this day. This is a current news and the breaking news at that. This one is coming from what did they call him? It's coming from Bruce Fein. That is the international lawyer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That man that he knows is longer than even longer than his health. Upon being an international lawyer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't even know if that man will get mouth or not, because he cannot even kill a fly. But whichever way it is, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom is imminent, and it's coming very soon. Believe it or you leave it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be freed before this election of February 25th. Go and mark my word somewhere. I'm not a prophet, but I have what it takes to see something or to say it, and it happened. So let us proceed with the headlines. Then we are going to take the news one after the other, the way we always do. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or face judgment from God and UN. IPOB leaders international lawyer writes to Buhari. That is Bruce Fein, in case you don't know him. Next one here is this. Biafra is accusing P2B that P2B struck a deal with the Buhari government for Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention. We will find it out what happens, how he struck the deal, because a close source told me that P2B visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS, but it was confidential. It was so confidential, nobody knows about it. Even the news do not carry it. So anyone that will leak such information to you, just know it that that person is dear to your heart. He visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the detention center. What they discussed is not yet made public because no coverage, no anyone covered it. So as a matter of fact, I don't even know if there's any picture being taken that day. You can consider it to be a rumor. I am not sure, but I heard it from a very close source. I have cleared Boko Haram terrorists in Northeast. Buhari boasts. That is what he said in Adamawa. Adamawa APC rally. DSS officer slums during Buhari's visit, and the guy has been hospitalized. Then another one we have here is primaries that produce Atiku as candidate is fraudulent. Wike says as he reveals why he is angry with PDP leadership. So let us start our news from the one that Bruce Fein, that man that his nose is very long. His nose is longer than a second Niger bridge. The International Council for the Detained Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Bruce Fein, has demanded for his immediate and unconditional release. We have been hearing about this for a very long time. Till now, nothing has happened. No any proper action has been taken. Even the United Nations that gave orders since July, if I'm not mistaken, since July, I think that the 6 months have expired. Since June of last year, of 2022. That mandate, the deadline have expired until today. Nobody hears anything from that so-called United Nations Human Rights Working Committee. Whether they don't go there, give them bribe, and they close their mouth. Okwute News, in conjunction with NigeriaNews.com and Punch newspaper, gathered that Fein, in an open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari dated January 9th, expressed shock that it's been about 6 months after the United Nations opinion was offered to the Nigerian government to release the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, but he is yet to comply. That is, he's talking to Muhammadu Buhari. It was learned that Kano's international lawyer requested President Muhammadu Buhari to comply with the opinion of the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on arbitrary detention, which recommended immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's an adage our people used to say. That's in Igbo language. They said, "Onwu yebu wankita, ayeku wankita nushi." That the dog, the dead that will kill a small dog, or whether big or small, but a dog is involved. We not allow that dog to smell and she. I beg, interpret it at the comment section. I don't get sense. I don't feel laugh. Friends submitted that either President Muhammadu Buhari release Kanu without further delay or prepare for the impending sanction from UN as well as God's judgment. Below is the full details of the letter as cited by the Vanguard newspaper and Punch Metro. Reply: compliance with the decree of the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on arbitrary detention to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately based on deprivation of liberty in violation of Section 16 of International Human Rights Covenants. Dear President Bubu, this is Bruce Payne writing this letter. So open your ear very well so that you can hear what he said. If you fear God, you should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from his protected illegal detention forthwith. You get it? That is a witty command. If you do not, you should tremble for your faith by remembering that God is just and that his justice will not sleep forever. Bruce Payne, point of correction. Remove God from this thing. Continue with your statement. But God cannot do unto man what man can do for himself. To release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from prison is man-made. It's not God can release it. If God can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what we need to do to be done is earthquake will catch up, or the facility will catch fire. Then the gate will open, or miracle will happen. That kind of miracle, it happened in the Bible. We never see it. You get it? If you don't get it, then forget it. Nearly 6 months ago, on July 20 of 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on Arbitrary Detention issued opinion number 25/2022. It unanimously concluded that your government is illegally detaining Nnamdi Kanu in violation of Section 16 Jus Cogens international law prescriptions. That is, they are binding on every nation as universal principles of justice, paragraph 105. The working group added, taking into account the circumstances of the case, the appropriate remedy would be for the government of Nigeria to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu immediately and for both Nigeria and Kenya to accord him an enforceable right to compensation and other reparations in accord with international law. The working group calls upon the government of Nigeria to take urgent action to ensure the immediate unconditional release of Mr. Kanu on paragraph 107. The working group requested a timely update of your government compliance with its decree, which have been scorned. Nothing has been done to comply with the working groups of the United Nations International Working Committee. Urgent call for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's immediate and unconditional release from detention in DSS. He remains in solitary confinement in the custody of DSS. Among other things, Mazi Kanu has been denied necessary medical care for a possible life-threatening ailment. Every day since July 20 of 2022 has been a new high water mark of your government's criminal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, compounding the crimes involved in his initial kidnapping, torture, and extraordinary rendition from Kenya. If justice rather than tyranny occupied Aso Rock, our government will be accused and Mr. Kanu the prosecutor. In a larger sense, your government's ongoing criminality spreads far beyond one individual. Your administration has stooped a genocide and crimes against humanity in destroying and traumatizing and terrorizing the lives of 70 million Biafrans for exercising their own alienable right to seek by non-violent means, self-determination, that is government by the consent of the governed. We are moving forward, oh, please do not get tired. That cherished right was extinguished by the British more than a century ago. Nigeria has refused to redress Great Britain's racist injustice for more than 60 years since independence. One insincere attempt in 1966 was stillborn and provoked the genocide Biafra War, which the unleashed terror lives of the Biafrans. Your administration continues to insist by force and violence on boundaries illegally drawn by the white men without the consent of a single African. There may be a better way of inviting odium in the eyes of God and natural law, but if there are, they do not readily come to mind. That is according to Bruce Fein, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's international lawyer. The American Declaration of Independence proclaims universal norms of justice that continue to thunder like a hammer unavailable throughout the world. Governments are formed to secure life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that when a government becomes destructive of those ends, it is the right and duty of the people to alter to abolish it. But Nigerian government is the other way around. By those universal standards, Biafrans have for decades possessed a right to a free, fair, and peaceful independence referendum, as was provided in South Sudan in 2011 and Eritrea in 1993. It speaks volumes that no Fulani has ever, when I said ever, I repeat, I said ever, been persecuted for murdering a Biafran in more than 62 years ago. Pay heed to Amos 5:24 or read the wrath of God. The ostracism of civilized people and the crippling sanctions from the United Nations Security Council let justice roll down like waters and righteous like an ever-flowing stream. That is all you need to know. This letter goes to President Muhammadu Buhari. It's coming right from the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu international lawyer Bruce Fein, Abi Bruce Fenton. I don't know the kind of name these people bear. Sometimes to pronounce itself, while a day. We continued on Biafra. P2B struck deal with the Biafra government, with the Buhari government for Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention. And according to the inside source, this man called P2B has visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu quite a number of times, if I can recollect, according to eyewitnesses. The intelligence network of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has accused the Labour Party presidential candidate P2B of being allegedly behind the continued detention of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the Directorate of State Service, DSS facilities. According to Vanguard newspaper, an intelligence source revealed that Obi may have allegedly had a pact with the DSS and Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, to ensure that Kanu remained in prison custody until after the election. The source stated that this is because if Kanu regains his freedom before the election, he could declare it at home in the southeast zone on the election day and truncate Obi's anticipated massive votes from the zone, which is his stronghold. The intelligence source, who is an insider within IPOB, stated that unfortunately, the freedom of Kanu has been allegedly sacrificed on the altar of Obi's ambition, to the extent that Obi is secretly behind his continued illegal detention, according to Biafrans. According to the IPOB source, the fear of Mr. Obi and the Western world is not unconnected with Obi's perceived likely negative effect the release of Biafran leader could have on his chances in the southeast, where he hopes to amass a massive vote coming 2023. The desire of the people of the former breakaway region of Biafra, the Igbos, to produce a Nigerian president amidst the unwritten post-civil war policies designated to keep the Igbos in check and to deny them a shot at the highest position in the land, since after the fratricidal civil war that ended on 15th of January in the year 1970, has continued to agitate the people of the region. The Labour Party presidential candidate is the real reason the Department of State Service, DSS, and the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, have refused to set or free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As ordered by the Court of Appeal since last year August, and obese imprimatur in the whole saga is becoming evident, according to Biafrans. The fear of possible election boycott if Kanu is released, and the consequences of his attendant massive compliance in the Southeast region, as later events have proved, is remained a worrisome possibility to Mr. Peter Obi, as the Southeast remains the strongest base where he hopes to get bulk votes. Hence, his obsession to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, the source added. Are you with me? Continue. Reacting swiftly to the claims, IPOB spokesperson Emma Powerful told Vanguard that the pro-Biafra group has no business with the general election coming February. He, IPOB, does not have any interest whatsoever in the election. Neither do we have any interest in any candidate. We have said it time without number that whether Nnamdi Kanu come out from prison to custody or not, IPOB will neither participate nor constitute an obstacle to the electorate by declaring sit at home on election day. There is nothing of such, according to Emma Powerful. Although our members are not going to vote, since IPOB has nothing to do with the election, but we are not going to stop anybody from voting. Neither are we going to force anybody to vote. Anybody who comes out that day to force people to vote or stop people from voting is an enemy of Biafra. We have said that before, and we are still repeating ourselves till today. Emma Powerful has quoted. On if P2B is behind Nnamdi Kanu's detention, Powerful said, "We will set machinery in motion, and if it turns out to be true that he has hand in Kanu's continual illegal detention, we will pay him back in his own coin." That is what Emma Powerful wrote in conclusion of this very message. I have cleared Boko Haram terrorists in the northeast, Buhari boasts. President Muhammadu Buhari has insisted that his administration has cleared out Boko Haram terrorists causing unrest in the country's northeastern part of. Despite recent terrorist threats and attacks across the country, the Nigerian leader boasted yesterday about attaining huge success in the areas of security. Naija News, in collaboration with Okute and Punch newspaper, understand that President Buhari stated this at a banquet organized in his honor in Damaturu, Yobe State capital, on Monday night. In a statement made available to newsmen, Buhari's special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, also quoted his principal as saying that nobody can blackmail him on inexplicable wealth and illicit enrichment while in office. Buhari, King Charles turned to ask him, "Do you have a house in London?" And he said, "I don't have a house in London. So where have you been sleeping? You are sleeping in a hotel for every trip you went to the UK. That means you go Nigeria. That means you go in a hotel. I do not have 1 square inch outside Nigeria," according to President Muhammadu Buhari. He acknowledged that it has been challenging for him to fight Nigeria's endemic corruption, but that is that his administration has done well in other areas. Well, under his administration, fighting corruption is not easy. He said it was easier when he served as head of state, Adesina said. According to him, in the northeast, with the help of God, Boko Haram has been flushed out. Oh, now God now flushed them out. That means they are still there now. God cannot flush Boko Haram. In Nigeria, the innocent one dies. Why the Omeke? They never die. They can even live up to more than 120 years. So telling me that God has flushed Boko Haram, my dear, change this your statement, you. I beg. I know fish out. In the northeast, God has helped us to clear Boko Haram. The economy has picked up. And some people are asking me about the achievement of my promise to fight corruption, he added. Ukute News, collaboration with NigeriaNews.com, report that President Buhari left for Yobe yesterday after leading All Progressive Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council in Adamawa State to canvass support for the party's presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Adamawa, the APC rally, one DSS officer don slump as Buhari visited that area. The man is in hospital now, taking treatment. Whether he will survive or he will not survive, because I begin to wonder why every time APC went for rally, somebody must die. The first time they flag off their campaign in Jos, one APC member died. They flag off in Lagos, somebody died. They flag off the other state, somebody died. Now DSS officer again has slumps in Adamawa yesterday. Chai, whether they use the blood of these people, they wala, me I no go fit talk because I no go talk with what I don't know. I can only say the one I know. Anyone I don't know, I cannot comment. So let us proceed with this news. Let us see what happened to the guy and why he collapsed. An officer of the Department of State Service, DSS, reportedly slumped yesterday during the All Progressive Congress APC presidential campaign rally held in Adamawa State. It was gathered that the secret police officer slumped when President Muhammadu Buhari arrived in Yola. Now the arrival now make you to slump by being awaiting. No, I don't understand. The state capital to canvass support for APC presidential and governorship candidates in the state. The name of the officer is yet to be made public, but sources who spoke with the Sahara reporters on the development said he slumped at the Muhammad Buhari Square, the venue of the event, and was rushed to a hospital for medical attention. This one can be suffocation. Some witnesses claim the officer was later pronounced dead, Chineke, but authorities and the APC Presidential Campaign Council are yet to confirm this as of the time of reporting. Also, the Adamawa chapter of the Nigerian Union of Journalists platform hinted in their report that the DSS officer who slumped at the presidential campaign rally venue had passed on. Jay, may your soul find solace before anything you are worshipping. The officer believed to have been drafted from Abuja reported slumped while on duty at the palace of the Lamido of Adamawa while waiting for the arrival of President Muhammadu Buhari. Nigerian News understand that several condolences have been expressed by journalists who are on the platform. However, the Nigerian Secret Police, when contacted by the media platform, told journalists that the officer was still alive. They will still lie. You don't know them. The report is not true. I can confirm that the officer is alive. The spokesperson for the Adamawa command of DSS, Musa Isa, confirmed to journalists. Primaries that produce Waziri Adamawa, that is Atiku Abubakar, as candidate is fraudulent, Wike says, as he reveals why he is angry with PDP leadership. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has claimed that the People's Democratic Party PDP presidential primary held last year that produced former Vice President Atiku Abubakar as the party's candidate was dogged by fraudulent practices. We saw it happened before the eyes of everybody, where dollar is flying up and down in Nigeria. He also told the Sun on Monday that he was disappointed with the leadership of PDP over the lingering crisis rocking the party. He stated that his love for the main opposition party stopped him from approaching the court to challenge PDP presidential primaries. According to the Rivers State governor, no amount of campaign of calumny against him could stop him from speaking the truth. Meanwhile, Wike also faulted the 500 billion naira budget for the Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC, which has attracted much pressure on the National Assembly for its approval. Wike, while describing the NDDC budget as fraudulent, Wike said political leaders were mounting pressure on the National Assembly to pass it so that they will share it ahead of the general elections. He said, "You know, the day NDDC came here, I told them, sometimes I say I should not be ashamed that I came from the Niger Delta. Every day we are talking about exploitation. Who is exploiting who?" That is Wike with his voice. Since the inception of NDDC, Let them show us an regional project that they have embarked upon that change the landscape of the area. And the answer is 0%. Wike might be right. Let them mention one. How does a NDDC come to a state and start to construct without the contribution of the state government? Do you know the blueprint of the state? How do you go to a community and start building school? Is the school your own? Who is going to run the school? Of course. Why not go to the state and ask the government, what is your priority? What do you want NDDC to do for you in your state? Yes, and they will do it. Just give them go ahead order. What are they doing now? NDDC is expecting 500 billion naira. Go and see the pressure they are mounting on the National Assembly to approve the budget of NDDC because election is on February 25th. They have sat down now to butcher the 500 billion naira, of course. Tomorrow, if you come back, nothing is happening in Niger Delta. If you see that budget of 2022, ask them which governor made input in that budget. Go and see in the budget. You will see 4 billion naira for this slating of the drainages. So NDDC has now come to clean gutters in our states. What kind of system is this? That is the truth, the simple truth, and that is what Wike is splitting. This man, I love you with the way you. God have mercy. What are they doing with all this money they keep carrying almost all the whole time? What are they doing with it? That is the question that demanded an answer. We need an answer. Yeah? We can't continue like this. Year upon year, we keep having failures in governments, failures in almost every areas of the land, of the state. NDDC, they keep occupying positions. What they are doing in the states which they occupied, nobody have ever seen any single impact. Yet, they claim they are working. Working for who? I tell you, please let us take this last news, the last but not the least we have on our hand here. Because DSS have already raised an alarm over plot to smear image of Director General. Which image? We are calling for your sack, not even which kind of nonsense image. DSS that you have nothing you contributed to the society other than collecting bribes from here and there and threatening people's lives. The Department of the State Service, DSS, has accused some politicians of plotting to smear the image of its Director General Yusuf Bichi and some of its key officials. In a statement on Tuesday, DSS spokesman Peter Afonanya, they must always use an Igbo man as an scapegoat, said the politicians are waging war against the service uncompromising stance on some critical governance and policy issues. Afonanya said the unnamed politicians are using civil and non-governmental organizations to discredit Beach by organizing protests and rallies to call for his removal. The DSS asked the public to be wary of these tendencies and ignore the antics of dark forces out to impunge the character of its boss. Also, sections of the media have been briefed to implement the strategy through sponsored articles, commentaries, and features to malign the DG, his family, and select officials of the service. The service is monitoring developments and will allow the plotters to either exhaust themselves or recline the plan of action. Otherwise, no amount of intimidation, harassment, and blackmail will deter it from discharging its duties. If there's any controversies around you, step down, and when it is being cleared, you can also step forward to do your work. That is how it's been done in other countries. It's only Nigeria that somebody will be on the seat, they will probe that person, the person will still be on the seat, going to court case. What is happening to this country itself? What kind of government are they running in this country? However, it will not idly watch a group of dissatisfied gang to undermine the service and its highly dedicated leadership and management. The DSA therefore wishes to inform the public to be wary of these tendencies and ignore the antics of dark forces out to impugn the character of the DG, Director General of DSS. It states its unalloyed support to the president on his resolve to continue to confront head-on threats to national security, as well as create the enabling environment necessary for the 2023 general elections to hold. So my good people of Biafra, the Nigerian people, my Christian brothers and Muslim brothers, this is where we are coming to the end of this broadcast. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I come once again, endeavor to do that as soon as possible. That notification button at the right side of your YouTube, make sure you click it now. Subscription and turning it on is free. Share any of my content, it is free of charge, you are not paying any money. Just with 1 second you have finished what you are doing. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. Do not forget, I never change. And I still the hit, the news, bass boost, the way you people like it. You always like it hot, and that is what I'm bringing to the table. So endeavor to subscribe, encourage me by doing that and sharing or making it of my content go viral. Have a nice day, and may the Almighty bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Bye for now.